Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, April 28th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. Without further ado, let's get into the news. NXT Battleground and a surprising twist will be taking place at the UFC Apex Center in Las Vegas on Sunday, June 9th. This is groundbreaking. The event will be taking place in a 130,000 square foot venue, which is renowned for hosting UFC Fight Night events. I am really interested and curious to see how this is going to play out, how it's going to go down. This is going to be fun. WWE has re-signed Finn Balor, but he's expected to re-sign. I don't think Finn's going anywhere. This is just solid news, solid money. The Judgment Day are big movers and shakers on the WWE. Paige Van Zandt is officially gone from AEW. We could have figured that out, but she is now officially no longer under contract. And New Japan has officially acquired Stardom. Stardom has been under the Bushiroad banner, but now that New Japan owns Stardom, they can have more synergy, and more importantly, we can get more women on the New Japan events. Kind of sucks that the women are rarely, if ever, featured on the G1 Climax. The FTC has approved a ban on non-complete agreements. This is going to shake things up. The WWE uses non-compete clauses for talent if they're released ranging from 30 to 90 days. So we will see how this plays. This is a game changer for working Americans. Why wasn't there a lot of pyro at WrestleMania? I was there, and there was no opening pyro for WrestleMania. It's just a cost-cutting measure. Buy and never. It sucks. That hurts. Mike Santana has officially signed with TNA. He re-debuted at Rebellion. Now he's part of the TNA roster. We all know he was looking to do a little bit more in AEW, wanted to be a single star. He didn't get that there. Now he's got it here over in TNA. Still sticking with TNA, Steve Maclin has re-signed with TNA. The former world champion isn't going anywhere, and he's doing big things while his wife, Miss Deonna Purrazzo, a former super champion over in TNA, is doing good things over in AEW. Sticking with TNA, their contract, Steph DeLander is a free agent. She's working on a handshake deal while working with TNA right now. She's putting in good work. She's got a nice little feud going on with Jordan Grace. Drew McIntyre has committed to a new WWE contract. This is according to, out of all people, The Rock. Listen, when you're the CEO, when you're on the board of directors, you can do whatever you damn well please. And sticking with on the injury side of things, Dominic Mysterio is injured. He has an injured elbow, but he confirming he won't be getting surgery for it. He will be going through physical therapy. For Wendy Chu, looks like she could be returning soon. She was out with an injury. She has been at the Performance Center training for her comeback. She might not be long for this company. I don't know. Let's keep our eye out. The Blade is out with an injury, so Butcher and Blade are both out right now. Sucks, but we'll see what happens with them. I've always liked Butcher and Blade, and I'm hoping the Bunny can come back. Jimmy Uso is sidelined with injury. He has been written off of television after he got his ass beat by his brother. So he's out for an undisclosed amount of time. We don't know what the injury is, so we see what goes down with that. AEW star who was out with an injury, Anthony Henry, will be making his return. He's just a few weeks away, returning from his broken jaw. Sonya Deville. Remember, she tore her ACL a while back, and it looks like she's expected to be back soon. She's going to start training for her return, which is good. We'll see how she fits into the roster. And Gio Hart is once again sidelined with injury. She gets injured a lot. She requires surgery, but she's not planned for any upcoming AEW television events. So the House of Black will be flying without their girl. But that is the news, and we shall be right back with the week in review. All right, let's get into the week in review. And of course, you know we start off with Monday Night Raw. We are preparing for the draft, and Jey Uso opens up the show. And he's talking about he and Priest's relationship, how, they fight against each other, they've traveled, and it's like, they cool. But Priest comes out and says, listen, you my boy, I like you, so I wanted you in the Judgment Day, but you're going to be the first to fall in a long line of people with me as world champion. Jay's like, listen, dog, only reason you lead her to Judgment Day is because Rhea is hurt, and ask mommy how she doing. JD McDonough tried to attack Jay but failed, and Priest is not happy. Awesome Truth retained the World Tag Team Championships against DIY. Ciampa did not shake hands. Damian Priest tells Dom and JD to handle their business, and he's not happy. Gunther vows to win the King of the Ring, and it sounds like the winner of the King of the Ring might get a championship match. We'll see about that. The New Day disagrees because Xavier Woods is the last King of the Ring. The New Day went on to defeat Imperium in this really solid feud, but nobody's going to remember the match because we're going to remember what happened after the match, with Kaiser beating the holy hell out of Giovanni Vinci and kicking him out of Imperium at the behest of Gunther. So we will see what happens from here on out. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus have some friendly words with each other, and Drew's like, you my boy, I love you, we fight, we tag together, and I'm trying to defend you from the hate. And Sheamus is like, it's cool, it's whatever, man, he just wants to fight. Sheamus defeats Shinsuke. Shinsuke loses again. Sami Zayn will wait to hear from Chad Gable before he responds to him, and Bronson Reed tells Sami he's coming for the Aussie title, then attacks him when he's not looking. Gable says, with the Alpha Academy in the ring, that Sami rubbed the victory in his face. Placed the title in front of him, tried to lift him up, went to celebrate with his wife, and that's what caused Gable to snap. He then runs down the Academy for constantly losing, and it hurts when he runs down Otis, and that's his number one guy, and he makes them say that they will help him win the Intercontinental Championship no matter what. This is good. This is different from all the other heel tropes that we've seen and heard before. Dom confronts Ricochet, and then he crosses path with Liv Morgan. And here's what I'm thinking. I think Dom's going to end up with Liv, and it's going to piss off mommy. I'm keeping my ear onto the ground for this one. I'm interested. Andrade and Ricochet defeated Sheamus and Santos Escobar and JD McDonough. Damian Priest attacked after the match, and then he tells JD and Dom that he doesn't need them, but they need him. And the split starts. The cracks get bigger. Candice and Indy don't have to explain themselves, and while they're being interviewed, Liv and Nia are fighting backstage. Becky gets the mic, and she's talking, hyping up the match. Walking to the ring, she sees Ivy and Maxine. She gives Maxine a quick pep talk. Beautiful stuff here. We have the Women's Championship Battle Royal. This was good. There were some good showings here, but the real stars of the show were Becky, Liv, Chelsea Green, and Nia Jax. Nia destroyed everybody, put people through tables, and then finally got eliminated. Chelsea was smart. She was one of the final three, actually. And then it came down to Liv and Becky ultimately won. And I know a lot of people are upset that Becky won, but here's the thing: we're in the new era of long-term storytelling. Liv is going to get the championship, but it's not going to be right now. It's just not. Build it up, let her chase, continue on this revenge tour, and then she would get the championship. So I would have preferred either Liv, Nia, or Chelsea Green to win the championship. But that was Raw. It gets a fist. Nothing really ultimately stood up besides the Becky win over on Dynamite. What in the hell did the Elite just do? They arrive with Jack Perry, and security says, he can't be here. And the Nick and Nicholas and Matthew are like, he's with us. We're EVPs. Trent attacked OC and wants Chuck to do the right thing, right? And he says, We brought an OC to support us, and we ended up becoming his lackeys and his mascot. And Chuck's like, Trent, you've always been a piece of shit. And they fight and they brawl. So we're gonna have this parking lot fight this on Rampage. Mox hyped up his title defense against Powerhouse Hobbs, and he doesn't like that the Don Callis family put a hit out on the BC. See, we have an update on Danielson. He's doing well, right? And he's, he'll be back. Ospreay says he's no longer going to be doing the Tiger Driver. Remember what happened with him and Kenny Omega? Yeah. Swerve defeated Kyle Fletcher in an eliminator match, and that was it. That's all we saw or heard from Swerve. That was it. Shocking, right? Kenny Omega will be returning next week, which is this week. Mina Shirakawa defeated Anna Jay. I really wanted Anna to win this match because she's been losing a lot of matches recently, and it's mainly been to Mina and Mariah May. So I'm hoping something picks up here, maybe a tag team match with like Mina and Mariah versus Anna, Azamine, or Serena Deep. Anna attacked Mariah after the match and locked in the Queen Slayer on her, and then Tony Storm came out to try to help Mariah, but Anna escaped, and the Serena D comes out, has the championship, and calls her shot. All I'm saying is Serena versus Tony Storm is going to be fantastic. Willow Nightingale's champion celebration. She's got Chris with her. She's got Stokely with her. This is great. This is beautiful. You know me. I love Chris. I love me some Willow. And Mercedes Moné comes on and thinks, listen. One, she accuses either Stat or Willow of attacking her. And then Chris is like, well, Willow was attacked as well. And then Mercedes accuses Willow of purposely injuring her, which is wrong. You know what I mean? They get face to face, and then as Chris grabs Mercedes slaps Willow, and they have to pull Willow back from like murdering her. So I'm curious. I'm hoping they don't turn Crystal Stokely Hill. Please don't let them turn Crystal Stokely Hill. Jack Perry and Tony Khan will meet in the ring. Will Ospreay wins an international championship gauntlet match, lastly pinning Commander. This was great. So the Casino Gauntlet match is like it's a regular gauntlet battle royal match, right? And then when it comes down to the final two people, you pin someone, you pin them, and that's came down to Ospreay and Commander. Roddy comes out and has a stare down with Will Ospreay. Jericho rechristens the FTW Championship to mean for the world. He claims Terry Funk told him to teach the younger generation, and he said Hook should have stayed down, but he can always get better. He has access baggage that he has got to get rid of, like Shibata, like his father. And then Big Bill comes out and says he wants to be under the learning tree and gets sucked into the Jericho vortex. Sounds like Jericho might be getting another faction. Jon Moxley retained the IWGP Heavyweight Championship over Powerhouse Hobbs. Kazuchika Shibata will be challenging Jericho for the FTW Championship. And in the main event segment, the Elite come out, right, and get Tony Khan out, and Jack's like, listen. I know we had our differences, but I love AEW. I've had some great memories and matches here. Let's just hug it out and move on. Tony's like, yeah, cool. They hug, reinstates him, and then Perry, go see the meme, hits Tony Khan with the mic, right? And then the EVPs and Okada stop him from beating up Tony Khan some more. And Matthew and Nicholas pick him up. It looks like they're about to hit him with an EVP trigger, but instead they hit him with the Tony Khan driver. Bro, this is good stuff. And then at the NFL draft on Wednesday, Tony Khan was in a neck brace. You can't tell me kayfabe isn't dead. You can't. You just can't. Dynamite gets a fist. All right. Impact. We had the Rebellion Fallout show. Nick Neiman says he failed to win and he made no excuses. Matt Hardy comes out and says he had a dream that Nick Neiman would be the world champion, but it didn't come to pass. He says he'll defeat Moose and will offer Nick Neiman the first title shot. The system says comes on, it's like, listen, y'all, you can't beat The system. Jordan Grace is thankful for PCO. She puts her name in the ballot box as well and says she vows to defeat Miyu Yamashita, and Miyu says she's going to defeat Jordan Grace. Mike Santana defeated Myron Reed. The Rascals bail on Steve Macklin as they were going to jump Santana, and Macklin gets the upper hand. Steph DeLander and Khan challenged Grace and PCO to a match at Under Siege. Josh Alexander celebrates his victory over Alexander Hammerstone, says he's coming for the championship that he rightfully never lost. Kaz calls him entitled and says that he deserves a title shot, and of course Alexander goes on to defeat Kaz. First Class with Bun B says Swan's win wasn't tainted. They won. You win. You get W's. Hendry says he's injured, apologized to them, and says he would do things the right way. Zaya Brookside defeated Edge by elegance. I'm hoping this feud is over between these two. The top two vote getters will face each other in a match and then face Ali at Under Siege for the X Division Championship. Sami Callihan defeated the Good Hands. Steve Macklin approaches Cass with an offer. We got to deal with each other's enemies. And in the main event, Eddie Edwards, in a shocking upset, defeated Nick Nemeth. The system attacked after the match until Speedball Mountain made the save. This was good. They wrapped up a couple loose ends from Rebellion, and we're moving forward to Under Siege over on SmackDown. This was night one of the draft. I'm going to be honest with you right now. SmackDown wasn't great. It was exciting, but it wasn't great. Paul Heyman lets everyone know that Roman has withdrawn from the draft. I think that face turn is coming. We had a contract signed between AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, with mutual respect being shown between the two. Triple H and Cody make the first picks of the draft. SmackDown gets Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes, and Raw gets Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. The Melo comes out and challenges Cody to a match. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee defeated Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Santos shows footage of Carlito attacking Dragon Lee. Carlito hit Lee with a backstabber and Bojack. So I guess I can see Carlito joining Legado. So you would have Carlito, Santos. So you have a world champion. You have your high in Santos, your mid and Carlito, your tag team in Humberto and Garza, and then your women's and Electra Lopez. And then with the LWO, you have Ray, you have Dragon Lee, and you have the other two dudes, Cruz del Toro and the other Bull and Zelina Vega. It all works out. I'm sorry, I forgot the other dudes. Named Braun Breaker won a squash match, defeating Cedric Alexander. Go watch the High Risk Wrestling podcast because I talk about this. Tiffany Stratton wants a title shot. And Nick Aldis says his watch doesn't say that it's Tiffy time, but he says she will face Naomi again, and this time it'll be a number one contenders match. This is all thanks to Bayley. Michelle McCool to make the next picks of the draft. Randy Orton and Nia Jax go to SmackDown. Raw gets Braun Breaker and Liv Morgan. So all that hype about Raw, about SmackDown signing Braun, and he just gets drafted to Raw. Champions cannot be drafted. Solo and Tama Tonga arrive, and Solo wants to know where the bloodline was drafted. Heyman says they weren't, mainly due to Roman Reigns pulling out. KO shows up out of nowhere and starts attacking them. Bianca and Jay with the tag team titles. Asuka and Kairi Sane are like, nah. KO and Tama Tonga keep brawling until Randy Orton made the save. The Dudley Boys made the next draft pick. SmackDown gets LA Knight and the Bloodline. Raw gets Ricochet and Sheamus. Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi ended in a no contest after Nia Jax laid out everyone. Tiffany, Naomi, Bayley, and then yeah. Also, I get it with Tiffany Stratton. She's really, really growing on me. The Street Profits are ready to win gold. JB and Teddy Long make the final draft picks. SmackDown gets AJ Styles and Andrade. Raw gets the Alpha Academy and Kiana James. So that's really, really good. That's our first NXT call up. And in the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Carmelo Hayes, and he showed him some respect after the match. No heat here. AJ arrives to have a stare down with Cody Rhodes, and then later that tonight we had more draft picks. So let's go and check that out. So we had the supplemental draft, and on the supplemental draft, here's what happened. Let me bring it up. Sorry. SmackDown got Ashanti the Adonis and Cedric Alexander. Baron Corbin called up from NXT, and they also got the OC, who I thought would go down to NXT. Raw got Alba Fire and Nala Dawn, Ivar, who I thought would go down to NXT, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So there will be more draft picks on Monday, and of course the supplemental draft will be taking place again after Raw. We'll see who the free agents are. There was no Rampage as they aired Saturday after Collision, so let's go over to Collision. This show gets a thumbs up. It was absolutely fantastic. Whose house? Swerve opened the show, says the Elite pulled the bitch move attacking Tony Khan, and you know the leader would have a problem with that call out. Are we going to get Swerve versus Okada? Bro, don't get me. He says he's the real best in the world because he's the champion. And Claudio comes out, calls a shot, and we got a world title match later in the evening. Bullet Club Gold retained the unified, that's what they call the Unified Trio Championships against Top Flight and Action Andretti. Ray Phoenix returned and defeated the Beast Mortos. Beast Mortos is the former Black Taurus. Chris Statlander tells OC that he needs us. Come on, y'all. Come on. Roosh returned and won a squash match. Serena D will prove herself. Tony Storm defeated Anna Jay. So that is like four or five losses on AEW, but she's getting wins in Ring of Honor. But Tony needs some backup. Where the hell was Azamine? The Acclaim defeated a debuting Grizzled Young Veterans. This was a really good match. Shibata says he will take down the learning tree and has the support of Daniel Garcia. And in the main event, Swerve Strickland defended and retained the AEW World Championship over Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio showed respect after the match. See, that's what the BCC is all about. This was a good show. Gets a thumbs up. And then over on Rampage, Trip Beretta defeated Chuck in a parking lot brawl. They called it a parking lot fight. OC, this was bloody. It was bad. Not bad as the match was bad. It was like brutal and all that good stuff that you love about professional wrestling. Orange Cassidy, Chris Statlander arrived just as Trent injures Chuck's ankle, and Don Callis is intrigued by all of this. So, like, I think Will Ospreay is definitely leaving the Don Callis family. Maybe he gets replaced with Trent, and then listen, the Trent heel turn leading to the reformation of the Best Friends is going to be beautiful. Everybody's going to be off. Trent, Chuck, OC, Chris, and Sue. Thunder Rosa defeated Deonna Purrazzo, and they kept fighting after the match. This is what I love. Just two badasses beating the holy hell out of each other. We are not done with this feud. Nick Neck Strong for Tony Khan. Of course, she knows all about that Neck Strong. Big Bill won a squash match, and Jericho was watching. And in the main event, Dan Garcia and Shibata, wearing matching gear, defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, because Shane Taylor Promotions always lose matches and it sucks, and they're so good. Our matches of the week: nothing from WWE, nothing from TNA or Triple. No, so it's been AEW all week. So from Dynasty, Kazuchika Okada versus Pac for the Continental Championship. Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson, and already a match of the year candidate. And FTR versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. From Collision, Ray Phoenix versus the Beast Mortos. And Swerve Strickland versus Claudio Castagnoli for the AEW World Championship. From Rampage, Trent versus Chuck Taylor in a parking lot fight, and Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo. It was a big week for AEW. Absolutely enjoyed it. They smashed it. I'm hoping Raw can be better than SmackDown when it comes to the draft, but that's 3 hours, so we will see how that goes. Our star of the week, we got 3 of them things, and they're all people that have won championships. Actually, we got 4 of them things. Trick Williams, Becky Lynch, Willow Nightingale, and Swerve Strickland, all new champions. I am all for it, but that is our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This week we got a list coming up of who should be the next NXT call-ups. We got Thursday, we got an episode of Let's Talk About It winners and losers of the draft. We got to wait till Monday to see how things go. I might flip-flop the list and let's talk about it. We got Howard's Wrestling Podcast this Friday, not Saturday, because we have Backlash Saturday. So we got the Backlash preview, then we got What Just Happened. But that is the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.